We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, we're live on Coffee Talk this morning with, hey, I haven't got to talk to him in a while. It'll be good to catch up with him. Sheriff Stan Hudson, how are you?
I'm doing good, Tess.
Well, I'll tell you, I said we hadn't been able to catch up with you in a while. Of course, I'm sure you've had nothing going on.
Oh, no, of course not.
It hadn't been a busy time at all.
No.
What all of y'all had to do different with COVID? I mean, with the sheriff's office, I would assume that it's really been a lot different for you all as far as...
It has. Of course, our duties are a lot different than other law enforcement agencies. We, of course, got to take care of the court system. As the judge has said many times, we're the right arm of the court. So we have to serve all the papers, transport all the prisoners, furnish the court security officers, and that keeps us busy. Of course, all that's shut down right now.
Right.
And but what has increased has caused like domestic calls, and then we've had more DUIs than normal, and then we've had a lot of calls where, we've had to go talk to people at their homes and stuff, if they're having issues, just stuff like that. And we just try to get out and check the churches and check the businesses and do building checks, especially late at night, and just try to be visible, in the community so they know we're still out there. And if I like to drive by and, talk to people sitting on the porch. A lot of people at home, but we don't go up there. Of course, we stay, we got to do our social distancing. We got to do that. And we work with the judge executive and Joey McCaslin in helping them in all their duties. They're really, really busy right now, so we try to help them out.
Well, and there's a lot to be said for people with a lot of time on their hands. I think my grandma used to tell me, idle minds and idle hands are the devil's workshop sometimes.
Exactly. You need to have something to do, that's for sure.
Well, and when it comes to the area here, I mean, have we done pretty good, you think, compared to other areas as far as people behaving?
Yeah, I mean, the community's pulled together. Everybody's been very cooperative and been easy to work with, and they've been very helpful, neighbors helping neighbors. Of course, the mayor and the judge and Joey's keeping everybody, up to speed on what's going on. And I'm really proud of our community. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm proud of the way the people have reacted to this because it's something unprecedented. It's something that we would have never dreamed we would have ever seen during our lives. So I'm proud to be in Caldwell County, really am.
Well, and when you think about it, the other day, even I was impressed, really and truly, when we had the popcorn sale downtown.
Oh, that was
and we were wound around
it shows
for
you right there. That's proof.
Oh,
yes.
Well, what is it? 8 blocks we were wound around,
Yes.
and I didn't see anybody jumping out of their cars mad or anybody fussing or anything like that. I'm telling you, when you go and people are waiting in line for 2 hours for anything, I don't care if it's popcorn or a lottery ticket. If they're sitting in line for 2 hours, they get grouchy. And I didn't see nobody doing that. I really didn't know, Sheriff Hudson. Everybody behaved themselves.
They did. It's like I said, we're fortunate to live where we live. That was impressive. It really was.
Well, and one of the things that unfortunately come along with anytime you have a disaster, anytime you have, a heightened anything really, I think, is scams. And it seems like there's always somebody that is willing to take advantage of somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes they're hard to figure out that that's a scam or not.
Exactly. And we're getting reports of scams, and people are going to take advantage of this coronavirus to scam people because they prey on people that, they want to, on fear and scare you, with the IRS scams and Social Security scams and, trying to sell the test kits. They'll call people and tell them they've got home test kits. They'll call people and tell them they haven't paid their bills and they need to pay their bills and try to get information from them. The scams is just something that you got that you're, what I call your evil ones out there,
right,
take advantage of.
Well, and a couple of them I had called you about the other day because I said, one of them is this thing that they're sending out on social media even now, saying that you've been in contact with someone, you may be testing positive. If you'll call this number or log into this, and then it downloads a virus.
Yeah. I mean, that's just crazy, but it's just people need to just be aware of that and just not give out any personal information and just hang up on them and then call the Attorney General's office.
Well, and the other one that really surprised me, of course, I had a family member get this one just the other day, and it's the one where it's the power company. They were pretending to be the power company.
Yeah, that's the one you and I talked about.
Yeah, and it's saying, well, look, you're behind on your bill, and we were given forgiveness, but now you got to pay up. And that can seem real sometimes. Right,
and they talk about Medicare benefits, and they'll say they need to verify your personal information, like your bank account or your Social Security number, your Medicare numbers, and they prey on the elderly, which the elderly are more likely to give in to it and give money and give their information out. That's why I thank you for getting this information out. Maybe they're sitting at home listening to it and keep from losing a lot of money. I hope so.
Well, and sometimes, especially with that's where it comes in. Like our water department, Betty Creasy and the ladies up there for the county and even our Princeton Water Department, our Princeton Electric Plant Board. The wonderful thing about knowing the people when you go in and pay your bills is that that's not them when they call.
Exactly. And these days we really need to, do more of that because there's so many scammers out there, and then you get your robocalls, and it's just, and don't ever send cash or pay with a gift card or wire money. Don't ever do that. And of course, government officials are not going to call you and try to get money over the phone. So always know that. And then you got your emails and you got your texts and all that now that you got to deal with. Because scammers are using that now.
Well, and I didn't realize that with the stimulus checks and different things being sent out, that you got to watch your mailbox.
Yeah, you sure do.
I didn't even think about that until I had a neighbor say something the other day.
A few calls on that, and have had to deal with that where people have gotten in other people's mailboxes. So,
well, how do you go about watching your mailbox?
Exactly. I don't. Now they have a lot of cameras out there now that you can buy, and because with the people going up on porches and stealing packages and stuff, a lot of people are buying those now, which they're not that expensive anymore. And even my son got one just to be on the safe side. And it alerts on your cell phone, too. That's what's good about it. With the technology we got out here, if you can get a picture of them, that would be good. Of course, with everybody wearing masks.
Well, yeah. I guess that's it. Well, and you and I talked about that a little bit and was laughing about it. Different things, with wearing masks. I mean, some of the laws that seem to make sense now all of a sudden, but what if you're wearing a mask, But now I got to wear a mask.
Exactly.
I think that there's probably some leeway. I don't think that Sheriff Stan Hudson's going to take you to jail if you're not, if it's something COVID related and you got on a mask and you weren't thinking about it. Right. I think you could probably differentiate between someone who is trying to use that mask excuse to their benefit and somebody who's just really not.
Oh yeah, we definitely could. Yes.
Well, and speaking of which, now when we go, I know we recently had some skimmers. Not scammers, but skimmers on gas tanks here in Princeton.
Yeah, it sounds a lot alike, don't it?
Well, it does. It's similar to it, but that's the stuff we hear about on TV and we hear about in the big cities. We don't think about it being in Princeton.
I know. And the thing about it, if you go up to a gas station and it's a credit card reader that sticks out far past the panel, or an indicator, because skimmers are designed to fit over existing credit card readers. But if it's sticking out a little bit, be aware of that. You can compare it to the other pumps. If it looks a little different, that's one way you might know that there's a skimmer at the gas pump. If it appears loose or jiggled, you know, kind of something's just not right. If something's not right with it, just don't put it in there, because what they can do, they can copy your credit card, and then they can go in and use your credit card number, you know, wherever they need to, and because they're pretty good at this.
And I don't know how accurate it is, but I had heard a couple of people that said that their bank account got hit by somebody up in Louisville.
Yeah, and that's usually what happens. Yeah.
Well, and you know, that confuses people too. Is how do they get if they're up in Louisville? How do they get my information all the way down here?
Well, you know, with technology, you know, over the internet and online, they can get anything. You just got to be careful what you put on there.
Well, and I've just gone, because again, it goes back to in a time like this, and I know that sometimes it's raining and you don't want to get out of walk all the way up there. And I know, especially with COVID-19, you're trying to limit your exposure to other people. But sometimes, Sheriff Hudson, it just makes sense to walk in and eyeball Dunk's mama over here or whoever is working behind the counter and give them the money.
Yeah. We're getting to the point where you almost need to do that anymore. But people don't. You know, they pay for, especially right now when they're ordering so much stuff.
Right.
Not able to go into the stores, and they're having to give out all their personal information. And people, you know, they can steal it, and it happens. Most of the time you can, you know, get reimbursed. I've had it happen to me a few times, and I've been able to call the credit card company, and then, of course, they put the money back in there, and then they investigate it. But still, it's not a good feeling when that happens and you have to cancel everything and start all over again. And then we've got information here at the sheriff's office you can come by and get who you need to report it to and the phone numbers and all that. So
well, see, that was my other question,
free to do
too.
that anytime you want to.
Because I didn't know exactly, was it you or state or who we did, you know, who are we supposed to turn that into?
Well, we've got several phone numbers up here that you can call that, you know, deals with your credit bureau and the Experian. You can call them, and we've got a list of people that you call that protects your credit and keeps them from doing it again. It'll actually cancel out.
Well, you just need to be, a lot of times it's common sense. If somebody's calling you from the county water department, they're going to speak fluent English. You know?
Yeah, that's a good indicator.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, different, you know, that it's been known that a lot of people will call you with scam calls from, you know, across the pond because they feel like they're untouchable. Exactly. So if they've got a real thick accent, it's probably not the Princeton Electric Plant Board.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. I mean, I guess it could be, depending, but it's probably not.
I'd say if you're suspicious, you know, hang up. Just don't take the chance. It's not worth it.
Well, and here's the other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up today, and I know it's a touchy thing, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think it's necessary.
Okay.
Is people tattling on well, they don't have their mask on. Well, y'all need to come out here and make sure that this person stays 6 foot away from me, or this person's parked too close at the church parking lot. Stop calling the sheriff's office over stuff like that.
We haven't had a lot of that. We've had I can't recall. Maybe just a couple of calls on that people that were concerned about gatherings, you know, about a lot of people gathering and just ask us about it. And but we haven't had to enforce anything or go by and talk to people and break them up. Like I said, everybody's done really well. And
I love our little neck of the woods, and that's why.
Yeah, they really have. They've done good. I mean, they know the seriousness of it. And you can see it, you know, the outbreaks that they're having in these nursing homes and stuff, and you don't want that to happen here. And you know, why take the chance? But you know, you gotta live too.
Right.
You got to get out, and people got to make a living, and people have got to do stuff. So, but you know, there's just a fine line there. You don't want to cross, but yet you want to get out and work. You want to do things. I think just good common sense goes a long way. That's the bottom line as far as, you know, and then using hand sanitizer and washing your hands and just using good hygiene. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I know tax season is upon us, and a lot of the different things that maybe, even down to your driver's license needing to be renewed, or maybe your concealed carry, permit is up for renewal.
Right. Right. Well, we've continued to do, that as far as the carry and conceal. Of course, you can do it online, and then we try not to handle, past paperwork back no more than we have to, and then we're inspecting vehicles again. Of course, they've extended tax season, to the middle of May. Of course, we want people to get in here, about the 1st of May, especially if they've got checks, to be sure and get their payments in by then. And, we have to still have to handle paper, handle not credit cards, but driver's license and different things. The main thing I tell my guys is, make sure you got plenty of hand sanitizer, and, keep your distance, have them lay it down, go pick it up, and then have them come back and pick it up. Just try to use good judgment in what you do. Of course, we still have to make some traffic stops. We still have to handle some guys. And we just try to keep our hands clean and not touch your nose and your mouth and eyes. That's harder to do than you would think.
I started thinking about that the other day.
A habit.
It is habit. I have, especially right now, it's allergy season. So, by the way, people, not every time somebody sneezes, they don't have the Rona every time somebody sneezes right now.
Exactly.
Because it's allergy season.
It's like everybody thinks, that's for sure.
But, I was walking through the grocery store because we've all got to go there, and I started rubbing my eye because it was itching, and I thought, well, here I am.
Yeah.
I am the dum-dum that's sitting there rubbing my eye.
And people laugh about it and they want to make light of it a little bit, but if you have somebody that that has gotten this and it's maybe cost them their life or gotten close to costing them their life, then you'll have a different perspective on it. I guarantee you. And most of us haven't run into that. Of course, I've got a few people I know and close to, and I got one that I know really good, and he's in bad shape, and that hits home. I mean, you're like, wow, this is serious, and we need to realize this is serious. But I don't know. What's the answer? I don't know.
Well, I've got a family member that passed. I've got a son with special needs, and that makes me think about things like that as a mama.
And all of us, not all of us, but most of us have a mom or dad or a grandparent, or even a great-grandparent. And if they get it, then, that really makes it tough. And you don't want to see that happen. But then again, they don't need to be lonely and isolated too long, because that's hard on you, too.
Right.
So you just got to...
Well, that's what we're struggling with in our family right now. Of course, my parents only live a mile from me.
Right.
And, we struggle with that. It is how much, do you hang out with each other? But at the same time, it kills me not to if they're right there.
Yeah. I know. I'm the same way with my mother. Yeah.
Well, and I appreciate you being on today, because there's a lot of that kind of stuff, like even down to, how do we get our stuff renewed? If you're doing inspections, do we call and schedule an appointment?
Yes. Call the office, and Melissa or Wendy we've got a protocol for it, and they'll advise you how to do it. Try to keep everybody safe.
Well, and by the way, those two are wonderful.
Yeah, they do a great job.
They've got a great sense of humor, and which I think you need.
That's what you need. That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have them. I am.
Yeah, I'll tattle on them. I told them, I said, don't you tell him what I want.
They told me. I said, oh, no, I know what you want then.
I said, don't you tell him what I want. Hey, but I will. I appreciate very much that you come on this morning. And,
yeah. Anytime. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate what you do, and all of the deputies and everybody that works there in the office, because I know that, your job is hard enough without having to change the rules and how you do everything on top of it.
Well, we'll survive, and my deputies have really done good. I'm fortunate enough. About every one of my deputies have 15 years or more experience, so I've got a very experienced crew, and that makes it easier on me because they know what to do and they know how to handle situations. So if you ever need me or one of them, don't hesitate to call.
And what is the non-emergency number there to the sheriff's office?
It is 270-365-2088.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You have a great one. We got sunshine today, and enjoy it.
All right, you too, Tess.
Thanks so much.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye.
Of course, Sheriff Stan Hudson from right here in Caldwell County, and we appreciate everything that he and all the rest of the crew down there at the Caldwell County Sheriff's Office do for us on a daily basis, 24/7. So it is 8:45. Stick around. We're going to go over some of the ins and outs of what's going on and what to expect coming up in the very near future to 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Are you having a rough time hearing? This is Donnie Baker of Audubell Hearing Center, and we can help. Let us prove it. Take the 30-day challenge. Come in for a free hearing evaluation. Choose the best hearing solution just for you, then wear it for 30 days, risk-free. We can change your life. Let us prove it. I dare you. Take the 30-day challenge. Call today, 270-554-1900.
This is Sam Meeks with Bella Marie Boutique. Thank you for voting Bella Marie as the best of Western Kentucky boutique 3 years in a row. We are so appreciative of our loyal customers. None of this would be possible without you all.
Is it time to give your home a facelift? Enter the Home Rejuvenation Giveaway at WPKYOnline.com, and you could win a prize package of over $2,800 from these great sponsors: Kaufman Home Decor, Westerfield Builders, Gracious Me, Herb Hayes Furniture, Lee Building Products, DJ's Flooring, the Design Center at Casey Mill, and Pennaroyal Interiors. It's the Home Rejuvenation Giveaway. Enter today at WPKYOnline.com. Contest ends May 31st.
The greatest comeback of all time is coming soon.
Do you ever find yourself in need of a new beginning? I'm Stephanie Bowes, a board-certified life coach and Christian counselor. My counseling service is called Where New Beginnings Start, and that's exactly what I try to offer my clients, a new beginning. Locally established at 104 East Court Square in Princeton. Together, we can tackle problems like anger management, parenting, personal or marriage counseling, grief, addiction, recovery, and batterers intervention. For questions or to set up an appointment, please contact me at 270-625-8211 or via Facebook. Remember, we are never truly alone.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
At YourSportsEdge.com, we're working hard to bring you inspiring stories from our local kids and schools. Enjoy recaps of our sports year so far, as well as some historical moments that may surprise you. The game is always on at YourSportsEdge.com.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, if you haven't heard, we're giving away a whole bunch of stuff, $2,800 worth of a whole bunch of stuff. It's called the Home Rejuvenation Giveaway, and it values over $2,800. Now, this is from Westerfield Builders Incorporated, Gracious Me, CHD, which is Kaufman Home Decor, which, by the way, beautiful lights and fans. DJ's Flooring, Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress, the Design Center at Casey Mills, Lee Building Products, of course, Pennaroyal Interiors, and WPKY, WHVO, and WKDZ. And I'll tell you, this thing is huge, and it's one that you really want to win, especially going right here around Mother's Day. Wouldn't it be a perfect time to be able to enjoy all of that? Of course, you might not want to give that away. You might want to hold on to that yourself. You can enter to win really easy. All you have to do is type in your email address. Could not be easier. Now, this is a home rejuvenation prize pack that is valued at $2,800. Now, the winner of the home rejuvenation giveaway will win a $350 gift card. That's right, you heard me, $350 gift card from every single sponsor that I just listed off. I mean, I don't know about you, but Kaufman Home Decor, I could definitely use $350. DJ's Flooring, same way. Of course, the Design Center at Casey Mill. Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress. Oh, can you imagine how nice that would be right about now? Lee Building Products. Gracious me. Oh, I'd love to decorate the house. Westerfield Builders Incorporated. The only thing that I don't like about this is that I can't enter. Now, the winner's going to be announced June 1st. So that's the other part of that you got plenty of time to do it, and you got plenty of time to tell everybody about it as well. And I hope that you do, because this home rejuvenation loan, or I'm sorry, it's not a loan, giveaway out of home rejuvenation giveaway. There you go. I'll get it out in a minute. It's really a cool thing, and it could not be easier to win. So I'll tell you what, it doesn't get much better than that, in my opinion. Anyway, you can go right there on our website to do so. When I say enter your information there, your email address, go right to our website, WPKYonline.com. It's right there on the front. You cannot miss it. There's a big banner that says Home Rejuvenation Giveaway. And it's all you got to do is click on it. It couldn't be easier. If I can figure it out, you can. Hey, it's 8:51. Stick around. I'm going to tell you all about somebody. Have you ever heard us talk about the Pocket Monkey or about these really good scented candles? Speaking of home and the things that go in it, stick around. I'm going to tell you all about that next on PKY.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
In the coming days and weeks, millions and millions of dollars are going to be arriving in mailboxes and checking accounts here in our area. Stimulus checks are here or on the way. Depending on your tax situation, you could be getting $1,200. Some families will get several $1,000. All of this from our government to help tide us through the rough patch we're going through due to COVID-19. If your family needs this money because of lost income, please use it for that. But as I talk to many of you, I hear that your family's income hasn't been affected as much as others. This money will be definitely discretionary. I would like you to consider spending that money here at home with local businesses. I would start by giving a little back to the ones that have always been so good to us, the ones that sponsor ball teams, buy ads in school annuals, the ones that you hear about doing good things for others. Most of the small guys are really struggling, and if you buy a $100 gift card or 2 or 3, you can really make a difference to a small business. Churches and nonprofit organizations have seen big dips in their income and will have to make tough decisions in coming days and weeks. How about a little something extra for them? Again, if you need this money for utility bills or food or rent, please use it there. I would also add that if you're considering places to spend it, consider doing business with some of the advertisers you hear on this very station. Every bit of income this radio station has comes from our advertisers. If you like what we do, support us by supporting the ones that pay for it. Wow, just think of what we could do with the millions of dollars headed our way. One last thing. During this time of sheltering, we want you to know how much we appreciate you and think of you and how you and your family are doing. Know that and know that God is watching over all of us.
Dunks use tires and wheels, where the customer is always number one. So when life's throwing you a number 2, just remember, Dunks Tires and Wheels, because we'll be here for you. We sell used custom wheels and tires and do plug and patch repair. We have all tread styles and sizes in stock. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and on call for emergencies. Call 270-963-6391. Dunks use tires and wheels, where the customer is always number one.
Hi, this is Chloe from Community Medical Clinic. Did you know that colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer in the U.S.?